It's a great day, sports world. What's up to all the sports lovers, the haters, the addicts, and the fanatics out there? This is Larry Patterson with GT365. It's Game Time 365 Sports right here on the GTSN. That's the Game Time Sports Network. We're back for part 2 of Coaches on the Hot Seat, NFC edition. Come on, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Wish I could be feeling a little better, man. But we're gonna grind this thing out, man, and talk about these NFC coaches.
And my boy on the hot on the you on the hot seat with the cold going on, man. Hope you're feeling better over there. We're gonna try to grind this thing out real quick, man.
For sure.
All right, so coaches on the hot seat now. No particular order. We're just gonna grind it out like that. First coach I'm gonna say on the hot seat, and I want your opinion about it. Nick Sirianni from the Eagles. I feel every year it seems like no matter if they're winning or not, I feel like if this team does not, if they're not in a championship type of window, if they have a season like they had again last season where they lost in the wild card round, I believe. Was it wild card round or divisional round?
What's his divisional round?
I think it's divisional round. But either way, I think if they had another season like that, I think Nick Sirianni is probably out of here. Howie's probably going to be looking for his next head coach. I just think that's how they operate. What you think?
Yeah, man. It's always pressure with Philly, man. It don't matter who's the head coach. It can be Sirianni, Andy Reid, Doug Peterson. The expectations are different, and ever since they come off that Super Bowl season when they had Kellen Moore, their OC, they've been expecting the same, to repeat success, and it just hasn't been there. Whether it's just offensive chemistry, coaches coming in and out, blaming Jalen Hurts, wide receivers not getting the ball, all like AJ Brown. So yeah, man, I do think it's a little more pressure on Nick Sirianni to deliver this year. We know we got Sean Mannion coming over as a first-time OC, so the offense is going to look a little different. And I assume Sirianni is going to have a say-so in the meetings about, hey, what are we going to do with the game plan? So. Yeah, man. Philly, man, like I said, their expectations in the tight NFC East is getting better and better. Each team is getting better year by year. So if they don't get it done this year, there will be questions raised about Sirianni, whether he could be the head coach to this team in 2027. So I would say he's on the hot seat. I'm not going to say he's on the hot seat, but I will say the seat is warm, if that makes sense.
In your opinion, and because you've been watching as well, like, why, if a winning coach like that, like, why would some people would say or ask, why would he be on the hot seat as much as he's won over there?
Yeah, man, it's the league is weird, man. The fan bases are weird, man. Like, I don't think he's had a losing record since he's been the Eagles head coach. The expectations, man, like Super Bowl, you go to two Super Bowls, you lose one by 3 points. We all know Kansas City. And then you come back the next year and you dominate them in the second Super Bowl, well, maybe a year after that. And you got your offense, you got Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, on and on, and it's just, hey, this is the standard, man. And if you can't get there, we got to move on. And it happens to the best coaches. It happens to Bill Belichick. It happened to Andy Reid. You see his second stint with his first stint with the Eagles. He went to the Super Bowl. Wasn't able to get it done. Hey, he lands in Kansas City, and we know the rest is history. You know what I mean? So it's just the expectations of the franchise and of the owners. That they're one of the teams that expect to win, and they're not going to settle for less than a winning coach in there. So that's the only explanation I can give you right now to why coach with that pedigree and that winning record could be on the hot seat in 2026.
Yeah, I could see them having a new voice in there if it goes the same way. Quick question for you: where does AJ Brown get traded to? Because I know I'm hearing a lot about New England. We're hearing a lot of other different teams. In your opinion, where does he go?
The smart man in me want to say New England, but here we go. I'm going to say Kansas City. For some reason, that sticks out to me.
I hate that.
I hate it for me too. It's just like we talked about. Rasheed Rice got his issues. The Chiefs are in that win now mode. We know this is Travis Kelce's last go around. Patrick Mahomes, he's on the other side of coming off a major knee injury. He's 30 plus now. He's gonna be more of a mobile. He's gonna be more of a pocket passer. And I think for that window that the Chiefs are in right now, it makes the most sense to do that. So I'm going to say Kansas City, but the overwhelming favorite is New England because of his connection with Mike Vrabel from his Tennessee days. So, but I'm going to say Kansas City for sure.
You say Kansas City, I say New England just because of that Mike Vrabel relationship. I think when you have when a wide receiver has a head coach like that, relationship with him like that, where he was drafted at, and then he had no control on whether he was drafted away from there. I think New England will be the spot for him. Going on to the next head coach, I believe from Washington.
Oh, I knew you was going there. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this one, man.
Why am I blanking on his name?
Quinn?
Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, I feel like this is a lukewarm, not even say lukewarm. I'm going to say warm year for him because of how the year went last year. I know it couldn't help it. Basically, JD5, he was injured most part of the year. But I say that because the people of Washington, they haven't won in a long time. And then when you get to the stage of the NFC Championship game, and then the next year falls like how it falls, fans, those diehard fans, and ownership as well are going to be looking forward to that. They're going to be saying, hey, we got to get back to where that NFC Championship game is. We got to get back there, to that Super Bowl window. So what you think about that?
I don't know if I agree with the Dan Campbell one, man. Dan Quinn. I think about the Detroit guy. I don't know if I agree with Dan Quinn being on the hot seat, man. I think, they caught that magic and that wave in 2023 that took the whole league by surprise. And then, JD5 get a dislocated elbow, had some inconsistent play. Didn't really have much at the wide receiver core outside of my boy Terry McLaurin. They had Debo. That didn't really work out like that. The defense was terrible. They were like 31st in like air yards, passing yards, pass defense. So that didn't help the team at all. And I think Adam Peters doing some investments on the defensive side of the ball in the draft, getting a Meek Robinson. You got Mikey Sanders still. You got Trey Amos. You draft Sonny Styles. You go get Kayvon Chason. You go get what's my boy that was in San Francisco? Javon Kinlaw. You revamp the whole defense. So, and these are some of Quinn's guys that coming in. So, I think that this will be. I don't think this is a hot seat year, but I think if they don't do better than what they did last year, going to 2027, I can definitely see that being a hot year. So I give Quinn one more year, and then if 2027, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and either you show improvement or we're gonna move forward from there.
Yeah, totally agree with you. My next coach I'm going to Kevin O'Connor. Is he on the hot seat?
Nah, he good, bro. He good, man. I'm sorry, man. Yes, the JJ McCarthy experiment didn't go well. We know that was Kwesi's draft pick trying to get ahead of the game. But I think Kevin O'Connell is a good coach that if he do leave or be on the hot seat, that he won't be, on the market for long. And I think Kyler Murray coming over to the Vikings, you'll really get to see what a good coach, what a good coach can do, do for his career. So I don't think he's on the hot seat at all. You see what he did with Kirk Cousins. You see what Sam Darnold. Sorry. You get an upgrade over JJ McCarthy with Kyler Murray. You got Justin Jefferson. You got a good offensive line, TJ Hawkinson. So, and then Brian Flores with that defense. So I don't think Kevin O'Connell's on the hot seat at all. But if he, like I said, but if he do once again, if he's on the hot seat and he gets fired this year, he will be a head coach in 2027. I guarantee you that.
I feel you on that. And the only reason why I would say he's on the hot seat is because, with the Sam Darnold thing, you showed that how you can develop a quarterback because Sam Darnold wasn't playing like that. And then JJ McCarthy, that's not his fault because, JJ McCarthy can't seem to stay healthy. But I feel like with ownership, and he may not be on the hot seat, but I'm looking at, okay, say you get Kyler Murray, say that doesn't work out, then maybe they might go in a different direction, but I could be wrong. But
they don't have a general manager right now, so they don't have a GM right now. So.
I mean, they got an owner though, right?
Yeah, but the Will family, I don't really think they're the type that'll like jump in and. I mean, they could, but normally get the good organizations. And trust me, my team has been. You might want to start with the GM and let him, do all of the make decisions and stuff like that, which they don't have, So I'm pretty sure you want to do things the right way. But either way, you never know, man. This league is. What have you done for me lately? So.
I agree with you. I can see that point as well. Another one, Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles has definitely got to be on the high seat if this team doesn't win, or if they don't get in some type of championship window, or hell, even if they don't get into playoffs. If they don't get into playoffs, I feel like he's gone because he's just one of those coaches that's always on the hot seat watch. To that you say what?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. He's probably gonna be on the hot seat. Even though he's had, decent years in Tampa, you know how those teams are just stuck in that rut that they can't get over the hump, but they're not bad enough to fire the coach. I think he's one of those, guys. And Jay, let us know what you think about that, about Todd Bowles. He's defense is his thing, man. So. And, Baker Mayfield, he got a franchise quarterback, got weapons. I don't, losing Mike Evans will hurt, and outside of that receiving core, I have questions about. So I don't know if this offense is going to be a carry the load like they did last year. And we need Baker Mayfield to get back to that 2025 Baker Mayfield for Todd Bowles to keep his job. But I think he has to make the playoffs. And I think they have to have a good showing in the playoffs for him not to lose his job. If not, I think he'd be out. Is it fair or unfair? Yes and no. But that's just the way how the league rolls.
To the fair unfair point, some things is unfair, and I feel like even if he has a great showing in the playoffs, I feel like just to get a new voice in there, I feel like they would probably go in a different Jason Light, right, the GM. He would probably want to go in a different direction. I think his defense, because his thing is defense. I think this defense is going to be major upgraded from what it was last year.
Yeah, man, I agree with you. It's going to be we got more pass rushers in the building. You got a dog that came in, in the draft. So
Ruben Bain.
Yeah, you got a couple of dogs you drafted out there in Tampa Bay. So like I said, it's either the playoffs or make a push in the playoffs. You keep your job. If not, then you're probably looking for a new job next year, unfortunately.
If Kyle Shanahan doesn't make the playoffs this year, is he another quarterback you see on the hot seat? I probably feel like you're gonna say no, but I'm gonna say it could be a candidate for a hot seat.
It depends on what it looked like. Like, how do you finish the season? Like, if you make the playoffs and you lose in the first round, how does that loss look? Is it a blowout? Is it a beatdown? I don't know. It's weird for the 49ers.
If it's a blowout, if it's a blowout, he's done.
Yeah, if you gonna get embarrassed, you're done. But it all depends, man. Health. How does CMC hold up? How does Kittle hold up? It's a whole lot of ifs with the 49ers. So it's hard to say, but we know and you know this as well as I do, if he gets fired tomorrow, he'll be a head coach Saturday.
Well, yeah.
So it's like that's what I'm saying. How does that loss look? How does the season end up? Do they go 10-7, make the playoffs, losing the first round? Do they go 9-9 and 8, don't make the playoffs? But injuries is the reason why. It all depends on. It's too many variables, bro. But I say he'll be safe this year, and then 2027 it'll probably be up for him for sure.
I think the NFC list is a little bit short because you got teams like, with Schottenheimer. I think regardless if he has a bad season or a good season, I think he's going to be safe because they don't move on from head coaches that often.
I don't know, man, but Jerry's so volatile, But Jared picks his own guy, so I would say he's safe, in that sense. Because if Jared picked you, it's not like if you're the head coach of Dallas Cowboys, outside of probably maybe a couple people, Jerry Jones pretty much has to say so. He quote unquote controls you. If that makes sense. So I think Schottenheimer will be safe this year for sure.
You got guys like the Harbaugh. I feel like he's safe. I feel like LaFleur is safe as well. I think he just signed him a new deal.
Yes.
So like I said, I think the NFC side is a little bit too short on the hot seat list. Teams, while we're here, NFC teams that has the most pressure going into 2026. Because because we're so short, we thought we were going to wrap it up in 30, but might as well go ahead and tackle this while we're here. NFC teams that's got the highest pressure right now, the most pressure going into 2026 year. I feel like the Eagles are one of those teams. The Cowboys are another one of those teams. The Commanders are another one of those teams. Simply because what I said earlier, with them getting to that stage, and those fans want to see them back. And for yourself, if your quarterback, due to other situations going on with injuries on other teams, they were fortunate enough to get to an NFC Championship game, and then the next year goes like it is, you're gonna be, if you're a fan, you're gonna be sitting back like, damn, I want to get back there again. So I mean, it might not be like high pressure, but it's gonna be like, hey man, I want to see you do it again.
Okay, I can roll with that. I can accept that.
Giants, I'm not going to put on that list. I think the Packers got a little bit of pressure with them as well. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know, man, because that division's so tough, bro.
It is.
It's so tough. Now, I would say the Lions have more pressure than the Packers do. I would say that, in my opinion, because hey, you got all these high-profile players, man, and Ross St. Brown, Goff, Aiden Hutchinson, you got J-Mo, all these guys that got paid. Now you got to come through and deliver. Gibbs about to get a contract, and what we saw 2 years ago and they had a down season last year. I think, they can compete with the best of them. We see them take the San Francisco 49ers to the brink in a couple playoff series years ago. So I think the Lions have more pressure than the Packers do to get to that ultimate. The Lions were some people's Super Bowl picks a couple years ago and last year too, and this didn't work out. So the Lions to me.
So as far as the NFC North, your pressure list: Lions, Packers,
Lions, Bears,
right? Bears. Okay.
Lions, Bears, Packers, Vikings. To me.
So, what's my head coach name? Why am I blanking on head coaches' names? The Bears.
Can't think of it right now.
Why we play the head coach of the Chicago Bears?
I can't think of it right now.
Ben Johnson. So Ben Johnson going into his second season as a head coach got his team to the divisional round in a game where they could have won. In his second season, has more pressure than Dan Campbell, not Dan Campbell, and then Matt LaFleur and Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, but it's because everybody knew what you were at Detroit. Everybody wanted you. You were the hot shot offensive coordinator, put up 40 points a game. Now you get to Chicago, you got number one overall pick as quarterback. You got Rome Odunze, you got Luther Bird, you got the two tight ends, you got the running backs, you got everything in front of you, and you just hot shot play caller, and you made it this far in the playoffs in your first year, second year.
See Caleb Williams.
Yeah, no,
Caleb Williams.
No, Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson. This last year was his first year.
First year, so
Yeah.
people expect you to build off that. So now it's like, and you took the Bears. I mean, the Lions, not the Lions, but you took the Rams to the brink of eliminating them. You know, so I feel like they're going to expect that from them going forward with the young nucleus that they got around. All you got to do is build their defense up. So to me, you got the number one overall pick in Caleb Williams. The expectation is already here, and you got the number one coaches on the hiring cycle last year is already here. Hey, you got to come through and deliver now. At least get us to the championship game this year.
This is blasphemous what you just said, because how Ben Johnson is on the hot seat, but you're not giving that same energy to Dan Quinn.
Expectations. Ben Johnson as a coordinator in Detroit in 2024, everybody and their mama wanted him in 2025. Everybody did. We knocked at his door. Anybody that had an opening in 2025, they wanted him as their head coach, right?
True.
Everybody. Not saying that Dan Quinn wasn't that type of guy. It's just, hey,
it's not as sexy as
it's not as sexy, and it's the narratives around the league that plays a lot in it as well. The hot shot head coach, he's the guy. He's next up. So everybody wants that. So, and when you go out there and do what you did with Caleb Williams in your first season as a head coach and make it to the divisional round, and you knocked off Green Bay to get to the divisional round, it's through the roof. It's through the roof. That's where I'm looking at it from that perspective. It's like you go in and you beat your division rival in the first round of the playoffs, and then you take a Rams team that's Super Bowl ready right now to the last drive of the season, and you come up short. Like by the slimmest of margins.
Yeah, it was really, really short.
It was short, and it was like, okay, what's stopping y'all from getting over that hump and getting to the NFC Championship game this year? So that's why I say the expectations are like totally different from. And I see what you're saying about Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn. They did the same thing in 2023. I get it, but nobody saw that coming from the Commanders in 2023. People kind of had the expectation of number one overall pick in Caleb Williams, number one head coach in the coaching cycle and Ben Johnson. They're going to do special stuff together. And they have in year one. So why not embrace that pressure in year two and take it to the next level?
Okay. Yeah, because when Caleb got in, he had Eberflus as his quarterback at first.
Trash.
As his coach at first.
Trash.
Yeah. We can't agree on that.
Trash.
The Panthers, the Buccaneers, the Saints, and the Falcons. I think I'm gonna put the Falcons at the last of the list. I'm gonna put the Saints at third. The Buccaneers, I think the Buccaneers go first, and then the Panthers go second as far as pressure list. in the NFC South.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, but I will say, if everything clicks with the Saints, they're gonna be feisty. It's gonna be a tough
For
out.
sure. For
It's
sure. A lot
gonna
of people
be
gotta win in the South already.
It's gonna be. I'm not going that far, but it's gonna be a tough. I mean, I'm not saying they're a bad football team, but it's gonna be tough to beat them. It's gonna be tough. And what I've been seeing from Tua in these little clips and stuff, he might be that. He might be what Atlanta needs this year for the
Okay.
football team. So
So under a new head coach, new OC, you think Tua can turn some things around over there in Atlanta?
I'd rather have Tua than Penix if that's what you're asking me.
For sure. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you there. And who knows if Penix will even start the season? I don't think he's going to be starting the season.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be healthy anyway. So,
most. I'm not gonna say most. We're not gonna put that in as far as the West because McDonald has already won a Super Bowl. McDonald has already won a Super Bowl, and LaFleur is his first year coming in. McVay, I think McVay's probably got the most pressure because he's done it before, and he was close last year, and they're gonna want to see him do it again this year. Or the most pressure might be on between Shanahan and McVay.
I'll say Shanahan because them drafting a quarterback kind of like, I don't say like get him not a reprieve per se to not, I don't know, them drafting the quarterback, keeping an eye to the future. It's pressure right now to win for the Rams, but it's like with the 49ers, you've seen this Kyle Shanahan show for the last 10 years. You came close, never won. The one time McVay did get there, he won. He beat a good Joe Burrow team as well. So, and I think McVay's just a better coach than Shanahan is, and I don't see Stan Kroenke wanting to get rid of him. So I say it's more pressure on the 49ers, man.
Okay. You say 49ers, I say Rams. But
Either way, it's good spots to be in for either team. So
for sure, you can't go wrong either way.
Either way.
AFCs, we're gonna go into the AFC side. Just go ahead and round it off. Halfley coming in his first year.
Zero pressure.
Vrabel going into his second year as the Patriots head coach. He went to the Super Bowl last year, came up short. Came up a long way from short.
Pressure.
Aaron Glenn going into his second season at the Jets.
Super pressure.
And then Joe Brady for the Bills.
Pressure. So I go Halfley, no pressure. So I go Dolphins, New England, Buffalo, and then the Jets. In that order right there.
Say that again.
I go no pressure for Halfley, number one. Then I go New England. And then I go, who'd I say? I say Buffalo, 3. Then I go Aaron Glenn, number 4. No, the most pressure.
So I will go.
And you know why I say that Aaron Glenn with the most pressure? We already had that conversation off air, so
for sure. And I can see that as well. So I will go Glenn, Vrabel, Brady, and
Halfley.
Because the only reason I would take Vrabel and Brady. I know Brady's going into his first season as head coach, but he's been there as far as OC, and he's been through the fire with those guys. He just hasn't been the head up, but he's been calling the offensive plays.
Yep.
So that's why I would say, some of that pressure will go on to them as well. I got them on the same tier because at least Buffalo's been there.
Yeah. But they haven't got over that hump, though, man.
They haven't got over the hump, but a lot of people are going to be looking at, okay, well, you let McDermott out the building. Now this guy is up. You promoted him to head coach. All right, now what you going to do? Can you get over the hump?
That's fair. That's fair.
A lot of people are looking at Josh Allen to get over that hump.
And they're going into a new stadium this year, too, so it could be some expectations, boy, for sure.
Exactly.
There could be some new expectations. So I agree with you.
Most pressure out of the AFC South is it the Texans, the Colts, the Titans, because they're getting into a new head coach situation, or the Jaguars, who recently made the playoffs last year, nail biter to the Bills in the wild card round. Which one has the most pressure?
Colts. It's on them. Yep, it's on Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen. It's on them. Them two. They got to deliver.
I would agree with you. I agree with you because they've been there. I want to say they might have been there the longest. I don't know if
Chris Ballard been there forever. He done been through like 3 head coaches.
Yeah. So, okay, Ballard and Steichen, and then the Texans, DeMeco Ryans, because he got the Texans there to the playoffs his first year. So like each year he's got a playoff victory with the Texans since he's been there. I want to say, and then last year the way they performed in New England.
Oh boy, woo, that was terrible.
That was terrible. They were terrible even in the Pittsburgh game. So you make all these moves during the offseason to get both sides of the ball right in the trenches. I feel like DeMeco Ryans got a lot of pressure. Not as hot seat pressure, but pressure as in the people of Houston are going to want a championship sooner or later. Can you deliver it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree. And then with the Titans, I don't have any expectations or pressure on Salah. And then with the Jacksonville Jaguars, hey, you just, James Gladstone coming in, keep building their team. So you want to see them in the playoffs, but can't all 4 teams make it the playoffs from the same division, But not unless you're the Broncos and the Chiefs and the Chargers, But other than that, I agree. I agree with that order for sure.
No pressure on the Titans, but Cam Ward did say his team was playing like ass last year.
He did.
So
I don't think no pressure on the Titans, but I do want to see improvement. I want them to go from 3 wins to 6 wins, 7 wins.
Exactly.
So if you want to say that's pressure, then yeah, sure. Other than that, no, not really.
Most pressure between Sean Payton, Andy Reid,
Harbaugh. You got to do it. Because it's almost to the point now that I don't want to hear top 5 quarterback for Justin Herbert anymore. I don't want to hear it no more.
True.
I don't want to hear it. Like I'm gonna be objective. I like Justin Herbert, but something about January and February. January, you just can't get it done. I've seen Mahomes do it. I've seen Bo Nix do it. You know what I'm saying? And the Raiders, hey, they starting fresh, so no pressure on nothing there. So it's got to be Herbert. It got to be Herbert and Harbaugh. You came. Herbert came. Harbaugh came from Michigan, off a national championship in 2023. You were sought after, just like my boy Ben Johnson. Everybody wanted him. Chargers, the Spanos family made it happen. You got Justin Herbert, the first rookie since this, that. But when it comes to playoff time in January, you 2, 3, 4, 5 interceptions per game, and you just can't get it done. I've seen Mahomes get it done. I've seen Bo Nix take his team to the AFC Championship in year 3?
2.
Year 2? Okay, Herbert, what you got to show for? So I'm gonna go Harbaugh first.
Yeah, I would agree. Harbaugh, Reed's already got the resume, so it's
Yeah,
really he don't have no pressure. Only pressure he has is if Mahomes come back and it's like, can they win another one? And then that's it. And that's not even high pressure because, like I said, they done it. I think Peyton has got some pressure on him because since you took over that team, the team's been improving. You get in your second season there, you got them to the playoffs. In your third season, you got them to one game from the Super Bowl.
a field goal.
A field goal.
We
And
ain't gonna rehash no whole memories though, bro. But in Sean Payton's defense, I would say it's pressure, but he didn't have his starting quarterback in the AFC Championship game. I guarantee you, and I hate to say this, that game would have been a lot different if Bo Nix had been in there. And that's coming from a Broncos hater. And I hate him. I'm not saying they would have won the game, but the game would have looked a lot different. The game plan would have been as whatever. You know what I mean? So, but yes, I agree with you.
now here's the one because I think this is going to be one of the best divisions in football. And so really, is the only pressure it is I feel like will be Zach Taylor because you got Mike McCarthy coming in his first season there. It's a little pressure because Mike McCarthy's been a head coach in this league. He's won a Super Bowl. He's got his teams to count his playoff appearances and victories. Then Jesse Minter coming over from the Chargers over as a new head coach to the Ravens. Not a lot of pressure. I mean, it is pressure. Don't get me wrong. It is pressure because now you're going to be wanting to see if Lamar can get over the hump as well. The Bengals, I feel like got the most pressure because you haven't been to the Super Bowl since 2021, and then with the Browns, I mean with
Monkey.
Todd Monken in his first year there, I feel like is it pressure? No. But the people of Cleveland going to be wanting that team to improve as well. So
I think it's pressure on Cleveland to paint a picture. I don't. There's no pressure on Cleveland to win football games this year, but it is pressure on Cleveland to identify if the quarterback on the future is on their roster. Did that make sense?
for sure.
So I look at pressure in that sense. And with the Ravens, Lamar wants a fully guaranteed contract here. That's word on the street. So I think it's pressure on the Ravens, on Lamar himself to get this team to the AFC Championship again or the Super Bowl. And then of course the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, Aaron Rodgers' last ride. You want to do what you can, but I really don't see them making any noise like that. I could be wrong, but the creme de
It
la
could
creme,
happen.
it could happen. Zach Taylor is the guy that got pressure on him because he has a contract through 2027. So they haven't extended him yet. You traded the 10th overall pick for Dexter Lawrence. Even if he's not the same Dexter Lawrence of 3-4 years ago, he's still that guy that can make a difference on your defensive line. You drafted Shamar Stewart. You drafted Cassius Howell, 41 overall. You drafted Miles Murphy in 2023. That hasn't panned out. You got Jonathan Allen from the Commanders, Vikings, names with the Bengals. You got Dax Hill, DJ Turner. You got Brian Cook from the Chiefs. So you got the two linebackers and Demetrius Knight. And I can't think of the other linebacker in your name right there. Barrett Carter. Those two young guys. So their defense has been rebuilt, revamped. And then you got Takario Davis in the third round, tall 6'4" corner.
For Washington.
So the defense has been rebuilt. So they didn't make no additions to the offense. They didn't revamp anything. Then you got Chase Brown. He's on the contract extension, which I don't think it'll be a smart move to pay him. But I think this is the best over. I'm hounding the Bengals this year. I think they're going to make the playoffs, and when we get to Super Bowl predictions and stuff, they may be one of my 2 or 3 teams at the AFC that if everything goes right, injuries, whatever, they could be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. So there's a lot of pressure on Zach Taylor. You got 2 number ones, a decent offensive line. You got a rebuilt defense. So I know it's over one offseason. All those pieces came and got added, though. But remember how we bagged the defense last year about having no players? Now they got players this year, and I just want to see how it come apart. So come together. Sorry. So I do want to see Zach Taylor, do his best for what he has, but he has the most pressure in the AFC North, in my opinion.
Defense playing, like as you mentioned, they should be very much improved. They were improved going down the stretch last season. Toward the end of last season, they were playing pretty well. So I agree with you there. I think they're going to be one of those teams. Their defense is going to be much improved. I think the next route that we're going to go, the next episode, win totals for each team.
Ooh.
What do you think about that?
I'm okay with that.
We'll bring that to you guys tomorrow. Win totals for each team. And I mean, you guys comment in the section. What team do you think has the most pressure heading into the year 2026 for the NFL season? Mon, you got anything else before we get up out of here?
No, man. Just trying to grind this thing out. Got the game 6 of the Western Conference Finals. I hope the OKC go ahead and take care of business tonight because I want to see a Knicks and OKC finals. But hey, I think we're getting ready for Game 7.
I want to see a Game 7.
You want the rest? I know you want the rest. That's all that is.
I want to see him walking into Game 1 limping. So it can kind of work out in our favor.
The way people say Shea flopping, he might be limping for real coming into Game 1 if he has to play Giannis finals. The way he be falling, but yes.
Orange and blue skies, baby.
Ooh, hey, there been some good colors for you this year, bro.
Yes, sir.
Orange and blue. Oh, I got something for you, by the way. I'll show you next episode. I got something for you to kickstart 2026 NFL season. It's a gift from me to you, and I'll show it to you when we ramp this thing up again. Matter of fact, stay right there, brother. I'm gonna get you right there. Hold still.
Okay. My man got a little surprise for me. I don't know what it is. But tomorrow we will bring you win totals for each team. You can comment in on the section right here. Who is your team, and what prediction number do you have for them this season? So, say if you like Kansas City, what number do you think? What's the record going to be, or win total is going to be? And you can put that down here in the comment section. So,
I know you a diehard Broncos fan. I know you've been through some rough times, so I had to make sure I get you right. You know what I mean? So just, remember where you came from. I got you all one time for the one time. I got you old Mr. Unlimited. So next time I see you again, you know what I'm saying, when y'all go 3-13 again this year or whatever, you can just throw this on. And every time y'all lose, you can throw this on, and you know what I'm saying? We'll, if you gonna have a bad day, you might as well go all the way and have a bad day. So from me to you, brother, just a little preseason gift for you. So when I see you in person, I just you can just wear this every game day. Y'all got about how many national games? Y'all got like 8 TV games this year. So every time that y'all lose on national TV, you got to wear this the next time we come on. So I'm gonna tuck this and fold this up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put on a hanger for you. And when I see you in person, I'm gonna get this to you, and you can do whatever you want with it. But this is from me to you, brother, right here.
Why you spend your hard-earned money on that, man?
And you know what I'm saying? We brothers, man. This is what we do, bro. So
you had to get that off the clearance rack, right?
Oh, for sure. I did. I seen this, like I gotta scoop this up for my boy. So every time you have a bad game with him, I'm gonna say, look, go Broncos.
Hey, look, was this the payback for me stepping on the Raiders jersey?
No, it wasn't no payback. because people do that anyway. So I mean, that's payback for you coming in with that loud orange Broncos coat the episode, and I was like, golly, but yeah. So this gift from me to you, got on the clearance rack. So I was like, oh, this will be perfect for me. Every time y'all lose a game, I'm gonna.
Is that stitched?
I don't even know for real. No, it ain't. Oh, it ain't. Because if it was stitched, I ain't paying that much money for no stitches. That's that good stuff. So, well, yeah, man. Just got you a little gift, and I know you don't like that man right now. He put this bad memories right here. Bad memories. I just want to let you know. I want you to have plenty more. So that's why I went on and got this. Plenty more. So I'm Dan Housing. You are cursed for sure.
Hey, good night, everybody. We'll be back with you tomorrow. we talking win totals for each team
God.
in the 2026 season. On behalf of Washington, I'm Larry Patterson. Good night.